What's up guys, Zenigami here. Let's go through 60 stamina Aokiji raid. Now Aokiji is an int raid boss, but we're going to be using a double Enel quick team. And the reason we're using double Enel is that double Enel lets us stall basically forever on Aokiji, and we only have to burst him for the last 50%. So we'll use this guy. And one very important thing to try to reach with double or with any team on Aokiji is to get level 2 anti-lock and level 1 despair. It makes a huge difference in how hard Aokiji will be for you. If you have level 1 lock and level 1 despair, that's really good. If you at least have level 1 lock to help you out with Aokiji. If you do not have level 1 lock, you're going to have greatly reduced damage against Aokiji himself. Level 1 despair is used to get you past stage 3, which is probably the hardest stage out of this entire raid. If you're dying, you're probably dying on stage 3 early on. And then once you make it to Aokiji, Aokiji of course is the second hard part about the raid. Now with double Enel, we're gonna go ahead and stall for a nice long time on turn 1. You can also stall on turn 2, but the guy in the middle for turn 1 only attacks every 3 turns for 7,000 damage. So it makes it very easy to stall, and he's got high armor, so you can just look for matching orbs if you want to. If you have 2 Enels that are max level and 100 recovery, you actually don't need to look for food orbs at all, because with 2 max level Enels and full 100 recovery cotton candies in both of them, you'll heal for 3,100 damage a turn. And Enel only attacks for 9,000 damage every 3 turns. 9,100 damage every 3 turns, so you can stall forever up until 50%. The reason we're bringing Hina and Ivankov is that with Hina, I can make sure as we get close to Enel's 50%, I can get all matching orbs on my characters, and then I can use Hina to lock it to make sure we get matching orbs twice. And then we have Ivankov, who helps us get those super important level 2 anti-lock and anti-despair sockets, which makes a huge difference in our damage output once again. So there's a bit of slow stalling here. It's not too important to get Enel special ready, because Enel will... you'll have a lot of time to stall for Enel, so I'm just going to go ahead and push forward now. Enel will be more than ready by the time we get there. I'm just going to heal up a little bit first. And I will have to look for some food orbs as we get to Aokiji. As we're actually fighting Aokiji, I will need a food orb every 6 turns or so, which isn't that bad. 1 food every 6 turns is definitely doable. Consistently, because you don't need to save any orbs up until then. So here you take everyone out. If you need to, you can stall on the big guys once again. The cannoneers will attack, these cannoneers in the background will attack every turn for 4,000 damage. The turtle attacks for 3,000 damage and has 9 hit points. The lobster has 19 hit points and attacks for 6,000 damage every 4 turns. The next stage is easily the hardest stage of the game. Once again, I'm going to be looking for some matching orbs. It's going to be very important. And I'll probably use Doflamingo Special on that. Yeah, I will use Doflamingo Special on that stage, just to make sure we get through it no problem. Oh, actually we got all these strength characters. Actually, I don't need to use Doflamingo. You can also bring Prison Croc. Prison Croc will get through these guys no problem. You can use the 1,000 Sunny, who will kill everything here. The reason is these guys all have very, very high defense. And they can be different colors. They can be blue, green, or red. If you get the green, the 4 green guys here, they will demolish you. So you have to use a special or something to get through the green guys. The one in the middle will attack for 4,000 damage. The guys on the outside will hit for 6,000 damage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and attack here. Don't need to use Enel special because they are strength. Thank goodness. Now leave one guy alive, just to show his damage, and we'll kill him over 2 turns. The guy in the middle attacks for 4,000 damage every turn. The guys on the outside hits for 6,000 damage every 2 turns. And once again, Hina and Ivankov are incredibly replaceable. You can use whoever you want for them. Ivankov is only there because I have lots of power sockets on her. Hina is there so that way I can make sure I get my orbs for the next turns. For this stage, make sure you pick characters that are going to lock your units. They lock them for 2 turns and will attack every 2 turns. So you have level 1 anti-lock. You can kill them next turn. They all have 5 hit points except for Seahorse, who has 6 hit points. So I want the strength character and the quick character to live. Everyone else, I would like to die. And I know they all have 5 hit points. So you will die, and you will die. Of course, if you take a hit here, you can always still heal, because we have double Aokiji, so we have infinite health. 1, 2, 3. And of course, stalling this early is not super important because we're double Enel. We have as much health as we want. Aokiji! Aokiji has 4.03 million health, so 4,030,000 hit points. He attacks every 3 turns for 9,216. His first turn will actually only cut our current health by 80%, so we'll go down to 20% health. And we're going to be very, very careful to not push him below 50%. Because what he'll do is every first turn out of the 3 turns, and he'll repeat this pattern every 3 turns. Every first turn, he will lock 1 random character for 2 turns. This is why double VV does not work out very well. So we'll lock 1 random person for 2 turns. This can include the captain. And below 50%, he will boost his attack to 11,520. And he will attack every single turn instead. So ideally, and this is for any turn, what you want to do is you want to wait for Aokiji to be on his 2 turn, turn number 2. Then you'll want to burst him for as much damage as you can. That way, if he does survive with a sliver of health, you can still have a turn to kill him after that. So we have 3 turns to heal. We are healing for 2,700 damage every turn. A couple food orbs here and there are quite useful. And if I ever really, really desperately need food orbs, we can always reset. I believe Ivankov gives you food orbs. I don't remember if Ivankov can give you quick or not. Food or not. Yep, Ivankov gives you food orbs. So if you ever desperately need food orbs and you got an Ivankov, you can always use her to re-roll until you get some food for you. And there's not really much exciting things to talk about right here. Other teams that I will show right after this video, of course, are Double Gear 3, Double Garp, Double Strong Shanks and Version 1 Shanks, Double Whitebeard. All these work great. For the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, Double Slashers is really, really, really difficult. It's very, very hard to do a free-to-play Double Slasher team because we only basically have one good slasher for global, and that is Ryuma. One good side slasher for global, and that's Ryuma. We're missing a second really good side slasher. For example, Raid Boss Momonga is a great side slasher. You could use, if you have him maxed out, you could use Young Shanks as your side slasher. You can use regular Momonga from the Fortnite Island as your side slasher, but you do want to bring some side slashers besides your Ryuma if at all possible. But Aokiji is very difficult with a double slasher team. So you still got lots of health to go through, and we're still going to be healing lots of health ourselves. The halfway mark for his health is basically it's halfway, but it is a decent way away from that little ice pillar that you can see that the bar of his health is currently touching the ice pillar. We're going to move it a good ways away from that. Then we'll use Mihawk, Doflamingo, all our specials, burst them down in 2 turns. You gotta be pay very close attention to when you burst him. So now he's getting close to half health. I'm going to be saving any quick orbs that I get from now on. I'm still going to be attacking, it's just I will be not attacking with any quick orbs that I get. Two. So we'll take another hit here. And we're gonna burst on turn 2. Still looking for one more. If we don't get all quick, that's fine. That's fine. How much health we have does not matter because we will be getting rid of our health when we use our Enel specials. Hina locks our orbs, so we make sure we get them for next turn. We don't have to worry about using an orb manipulator or any RNG. We know exactly what we're gonna get. Enel special for the good damages, double our quick character attack. Doflamingo. I actually should have used Mihawk there and then Enel special. Padded Magician with the 9-month resub. Thank you so much. That'll be forever memorialized. And Mihawk. So if you're a clever monkey, you can use Mihawk first and then Enel to eke out a little more damage out of Enel. And now all we do is punch him. He, of course, has maybe 1.6 million health here. We hit all our perfects, we'll do maybe 1.4 million damage. Oh, 1 million damage. Sorry, not 1.4. And he boosts his attack under 20%. Aokiji will, when he attacks under 20%, he will deal 100,000 damage, lock one random person, including your captain, for 13 turns. So don't let him attack under 20%. It's not an ideal situation to be in. But all we do now is punch his face away. Goodbye, Aokiji. Now that definitely could have been made better if you use your Mihawk special first, then your Enel special. You can also make sure you have 4 quick orbs to work with, but Mihawk is definitely something very important. You're gonna really want that Doflamingo. You can use Kaku instead of Doflamingo since we are bursting for 2 turns since I'm using Hina. But for me, Doflamingo is very important because it helps me get towards that level 2 anti-lock and anti-despair. I've been Zenigami. Good luck with Aokiji. He's very hard. Y'all stay beautiful.